Today, I'm gonna be giving you the top 5 best loadouts that you should be using right now here in Black Ops 7. I've been getting asked to do this video. Thankfully, I have almost half the weapons ranked up, and I could easily tell you the 5 you should be using right now. Before we get any further, do yourselves a favor and click that thumbs up button for some good luck in your next game of Black Ops 7, and make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on my videos and live streams that are taking place right here. Now, we're gonna be starting off with my personal favorite weapon in the game as of right now, the M15 Motto. Thankfully, it's not only a default weapon, but it's also the first assault rifle you get in the game, so I'm gonna assume most of you have this ranked up. So here are my attachments. I like to throw on the Red Rel 5.56 compensator. You get vertical recoil control. It's just gonna make it more accurate, help you land more of your shots. And while we're on the topic of recoil control, do the axis shift vertical foregrip. You get a huge increase to your horizontal recoil control. When you got this plus the muzzle, it literally does not move whatsoever. You're gonna want to do a bigger magazine so you can take out many more enemies without having to reload. For the barrel, my personal favorite one is the fusion barrel because I'm getting both damage range and bullet velocity. Best of both worlds. It's just gonna make this a powerhouse in those longer range engagements. And then for the final attachment, we need a little bit of speed to the thing. I love my aim walking movement speed, so I'm gonna throw on the WADN 3V stock. Again, it just makes it harder for enemies to land shots on you. Or if you don't want to do that, you could do something like the hex cut grip. Now this, you could see, I actually permanently unlocked this attachment after prestiging my weapon because of how useful this is. You get aim down sight speed and slide to fire. I'm always sliding. My weapon's just up and ready and a lot more snappy. So it is up to you. You can either do this or you could do the Wander 3V stock if you want the aim walking movement speed. These loadouts in today's video are going to be 5 attachments rather than gunfighter because you don't get that perk until like level 29. So to play it safe, use my 5 attachment builds. In a future upload, I'll give you guys gunfighter builds as well. Oh yeah, let's go to the firing range real quick so you guys can see this thing. I barely spend any time in here. That's spacious as hell. They gave us some running room. All right, cool. But yeah, you guys could see the iron sights are clean, so that's why I don't run an optic. I mean, it's just so standard. I don't think you need to be necessarily the best player in the game to use this and play well with it. So yeah, first setup, I mean, I have to include the mod 15. Can't go wrong with it. We have the DRAVEC 45. Even after the nerf they gave this after the beta, the thing is still disgusting. This is the easiest SMG I got gold. Now, I actually had to go to a private match to give you this build because I just prestiged it. You guys can see the star top right. So I have no attachments, but I did end up prestiging it. For the first attachment, I personally like to run the Verse Barrel. You get damage range and bullet velocity, just like we had on our M15 Motto. You just get a good combination of both the damage range and bullet velocity. And on something like this that has disgusting range, I think this is honestly a necessity. I also think the bullet velocity kind of lacks. If it didn't, I would have just ran the damage range barrel. For the muzzle, thankfully this comes with the Volt Edition blueprint. I have the Hawker Series 45 to control the recoil a lot better. For the magazine, this is personal preference. You can decrease the magazine a little bit if you would like to a 30. With how strong this is, you can get away with a 30 round magazine while also maximizing your aim down sight and sprint to fire. Again, personal preference. I don't run it, but I'm just letting you know that this is here and a great option with how strong this weapon is. For the rear grip, it's no secret that I love my aim down sight speed and slide to fire speed, especially with an SMG. So I have the Herald Z1 grip on. Equip that bad boy. For the stock, the EAM Heritage stock is really good because of the strafing movement and overall movement. Or again, I do like my aim walking movement speed. I think it's pretty good on this to the point where you don't need it. So I ended up just going with the EAM Heritage stock. Thankfully, it's the first stock, so most of you should have this unlocked. And to round things off, I like to throw on an optic personally. I don't like the iron sights, and I love the ELO sight on it. If you like the iron sights, you don't have to throw one on, and you could go ahead and use overpressured. I think overpressured is needed because of bullet velocity just lacks a little bit. This is what I would run if I wasn't running an optic. Again, that last attachment really is super open. You can even do a magazine. You want to do a bigger mag, go right ahead. There's just so many different options. I need an optic. I'm not a fan of the iron sight, so I might be at a little bit of a disadvantage for using this build specifically, since I don't like it. But as you can see, I mean, the range is insane. Look at this. I shouldn't be able to. I gotta reload. Hold on. Let me fight this sniper range gunfight for y'all. Look at that. You shouldn't have the chance. They nerfed it, but clearly not enough. Next, we have the M8A1. I had to include this thing. It should be an assault rifle. It's in the marksman category. If you didn't know it was the game, now you know. So here's my build. Now, I'm going to give you a gunfighter build because I think it needs gunfighter because it's so goddamn slow, unfortunately. Starting off, we got ourselves the ELO sight. It's just standard practice to throw this on, especially on your M8. You could just see so much better. landing your shots with something like this, super, super important. Next, I like to throw the Wedwell compensator on for the vertical recoil control. I like to throw on an underbarrel. It could be the force stabilizer. You could do the iron hold. I like to do the force stabilizer for horizontal recoil control. I'm speed running this because I have a point to make. And then we got buffer spring. Why do you need all this on? You need to land your shots. Aim high, aim for the chest up for the one burst shots. I need all these attachments to ensure the thing does not move. I know it's a burst, but I'm telling you, accuracy is king when it comes to this M8A1. So all three of those attachments, incredibly valid. You need them all in my personal opinion. For the barrel, I like to run the frontline barrel. Damage range, bullet velocity. It's basically the reinforced from BO6 if we want to kind of do a little throwback there. You want the best of both worlds. You get that a little bit later, but you'll initially get the barrel, the barrier barrel, and this is just strictly damage range. Honestly, the more I think about it, this might be the better option. I've been running the front line. I like this a lot because of the increased bullet velocity. For the magazine, I told you this thing was slow, so I did the blink chamber fast clip. This thing pretty much one burst 99% of the time, so I don't mind decreasing my magazine by like 2 bursts and gaining sprint to fire and aim down sight speed because it desperately needs it. And even after that, I still put on the instinct grip for even more aim down sight speed. And even after that, it's still a little slow. So it comes down to play style. I recommend posting up, kind of sitting in the window, as scummy as it could be. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And when you're kind of posted up and pre-aiming, nobody's touching you. I promise. I own everything. And to round things off, this attachment looks incredible because it gives you even more aim down sight speed. I recommend doing the prestige attachment. I'm not gonna recommend it because I'm gonna assume a lot of you guys don't have a sync prestige because I sure as hell don't either. This is gonna be insane when it comes to the M8A1, but you're gonna want to do that. But do the fast barrage stock. It adds a little bit of movement. Again, this is a marksman, so it feels a little bit slower than your traditional M8s, and you get it right off the bat. So strafing movement, overall movement, good. We need it. So this is my build. I know it's a gunfighter. I said no gunfighters. We're not doing all that. The best build, trust me, you're gonna want to run this. And if you don't believe me, you're gonna see the ADS speed. I wasn't lying to you. It still feels a little slow. It's not snappy as I want it to be, but it does its job. You guys can see. Okay, we're not gonna one burst in the. I don't think we're one bursting in the firing range. We're definitely not. But let me see. You see, there's a little bit of kick out of range like that, and it's a little weird there. But you're never gonna find yourself. I can really see, bro. But right here, like, done. Okay, now it's one bursting. It was a little weird at first, right? And you can hold the trigger down too. So this is me holding the trigger down. Post up with this M8, you gonna get your first nuke. We're gonna throw another assault rifle on this list, the AK-27. Now, in terms of assault rifles, this thing is pretty damn heavy compared to some of the ARs, but again, similar to the M8, if you kind of post up, play a little bit smarter with it, this thing drops people. So to start things off, I'd like to throw on the ELO sight. I think you got to use a Peacekeeper to unlock this, so just keep that in mind. The iron sights aren't terrible, but the visibility is a little rough. It feels a little far away, so I like to run the ELO. For the muzzle, I'd like to do the EMT3 compensator for the vertical recoil control. Underbarrel, while we're at it, the lateral precision grip maximizes that horizontal recoil control. Muzzle maximizes vertical. For the barrel, you got a few options here. You could do the Vostok extended barrel for the increase in damage range, or what I ended up doing was the SWF Tumult barrel for the damage range and bullet velocity. Standard barrel we've been running, and then I like to throw on the extended mag 1. You get a bigger magazine, allowing you to take out many more enemies without having to reload. This is pretty much a standard build. You should be able to get the majority, if not all, these attachments unlocked pretty damn quick. And you're gonna notice, so it is a little bit heavier compared to that M15 mod. So ADS, a little bit slower for sure, but in terms of power and recoil, it's a little bit slower firing, but it doesn't move whatsoever. I mean, you could just see in the firing rates, it is dropping people. This thing is absolutely incredible. I actually can't wait to start using this when I'm done with this camo grind, because this has been like a sneaky pick of mine I haven't seen many people using. And for our fifth loadout, for those of you who've been really ranking up, you don't unlock this to like level 45. You see, mine's like level 35, ain't even prestige yet. But the SMGs are a little rough in this game. Besides that, DRAVEC, this is the only other good SMG, at least in my opinion. So I like to run the KNS compensator. By the way, this is called the Carbon 35, I believe. My bad. I didn't even tell y'all what the weapon was. That's on me. What is it? Carbon 57. My bad. So yeah, I got the KNS compensator for vertical recoil control. The biggest downside of this, in my opinion, is the recoil control. It's it's really sloppy and very messy. So we're gonna throw on all the recoil control attachments we can. Lateral precision grip for the horizontal recoil control, and then we're gonna get both of those when we put on the recoil springs. Now, thankfully, we don't need to run a magazine on this because the standard is already like a 45. It's really, really good. The compact lowers it to a 40. This does look enticing because you lose 5 shots and it increases reload, aim, downside, sprint to fire. That's great and all, but we're gonna need to save an attachment because I want to then throw on the Greaves repose barrel, damage range, bullet velocity. You guys get it at this point. And finally, I like to run the Graph arrow stock. Movement speed, strafing movement, it really starts feeling like an SMG. So this right here, dog, I'm telling you, not many people have it unlocked, so just I don't see many people talking about it. But besides that DRAVEC, man, this is a contender for sure. Iron sights are clean. It has decent range, even though I'm missing all my shots. Hold on, y'all deserve better with that one. Hold on. Let me take him out real quick. And listen, that's too far, y'all. It's too far. There we go. My bad. But great range. It's super accurate. The other SMGs are not good. I really hope to see them buffed. It's my biggest issue. It's supposed to be like a Cordite PDW. But yeah, the DRAVEC and this are the best subs. But that is gonna wrap up today's video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's a weapon that I didn't include in this that you would have. I bet the MXR is on that list. I like it. It just doesn't feel like it did in the beta. But it's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Try these 5 loadouts out for yourself. Play a couple of matches and let me know what y'all are able to do with them. That's gonna wrap it up. I'll see you in the next one. You guys all stay safe. Have a great day and I'm out. Deuces.